Now your 19 First Alert forecast.
And good afternoon. I'm Dan DeRosa with 19 News coming to you from our digital desk. It is going to be important to stay on top of the weather, so we're going to help you do that. Let's take a live look from our First Alert network of cameras. You can see some snow out east. That's in the lower left there. I believe that's in Madison. But for most of us, it's just cold, and that temperature has been steadily dropping. I've been watching it all afternoon. I just did a presser with the city of Cleveland on their preparations, and it was 8 degrees just about an hour ago. Now it's down to 6 degrees. That's what we're going to be dealing with. Let's welcome in 19 First Alert meteorologist Sam Roberts. Sam, you have the floor. This is going to be an impactful, eventful next couple of days. Walk us through it.
Yeah, we're looking at 6 to 12 inches of snow area wide, so there's for sure going to be some travel disruptions. Our winter storm watch from yesterday has been upgraded to a winter storm warning. A watch, whether it's winter weather or severe weather, means that we're just kind of watching for something to happen. We're waiting. It's probably going to happen, but it's not here yet. The warning takes on a little bit greater severity or greater sense of urgency, so this is really coming in as we speak. It's going to be moving in on Sunday. So the short term is just kind of the quiet before the storm. I think we'll see a little snow late tomorrow night, and then the bulk of this is on Sunday.
Let's talk about our temperature, and that's why it's a First Alert weather day. Because there's been a drastic drop this afternoon. People may have gone out this morning and said, oh, it's cold, but it's not terrible. Well, it's terrible now.
It's pretty bad out there. Let's see, right now it is, if I can get my map to load here, it is 6, but it's windy. Okay, so it feels like it's about 13 below in Cleveland. So for most of the night, we're going to be in the lower single digits. Here's kind of our hour by hour forecast. You can see midnight around 2 degrees. With the wind factored in, it may feel as if it's as cold as 15 to 20 below. Now, I will say tonight, our actual air temperature, so by tomorrow morning, is going to be below 0. I'm going -4 in Cleveland, -5 in Akron, and I think some of the sheltered valleys could get down to like -10. So this is pipe bursting weather. If you have any pipes on exterior walls, be sure that you're dripping your faucets. I left mine dripping before I came into work, and we're probably going to have to drip those faucets for the next several days because really another dose of Arctic air is on the way, kind of in conjunction with the snow. So be safe out there tonight. It is really cold.
We're going to take just a quick break, folks, and then Sam is going to focus on the next big thing, and that's why it's a First Alert weather day today, tomorrow, Sunday, and even Monday. So as soon as we come back, we know all eyes are on Sunday. We'll get to that. And welcome back. Another look at our First Alert network of cameras all throughout Northeast Ohio. Going to bring back 19 First Alert meteorologist Sam Roberts. All right, Sam, now we get into the meat of this. Let's get Saturday into what we can expect on Sunday.
So Saturday night, we're going to see some snow after 10. I think it'll be pretty scattered. It's not going to be as bad as Sunday. And then, of course, by Sunday morning before sunrise, we're going to have widespread snow in the area. So through the morning, road conditions will begin to deteriorate. This is 8 o'clock. You can see we have pretty widespread snow out there. And we're looking at pretty much an all-day snow event. So widespread moderate to heavy snow through the afternoon into the evening, this will create some major travel issues. So all of our local interstates, whether you take 271 or you're driving on 90, 77, they're all going to be bad. Now, the plows are going to be out, but this is a system snow. It's not lake effect, so they can't be everywhere all at once, right? So don't get mad at ODOT because, they just can't be everywhere all at once. Like I said, when a big system like this is coming through, we have to be extra patient. Sunday night, some lingering snow. So any unplowed roads are still going to be slick and snow covered. And that's why I think we have the potential for closures and delays on Monday. So how much snow are we expecting? This is my brand new snow map here. Toledo and Ottawa County, about 4 to 7 inches, which for them is a decent amount of snow. And then locally, 7 to 11 inches of snow for most of our area. So everybody in Chardon's like, whatever. People in the secondary snow belt, Brunswick, they're like, okay, Richfield, whatever, we can handle it. But, down around Wayne County and Stark County, Millersburg, New Philadelphia, they don't get a lot of these like really, 6-inch plus events because a lot of our snow here locally comes from lake effect, and they just don't get as much lake effect down there as we do a little bit farther north. So the impact will probably be a little bit greater in some of those rural communities south of the Turnpike. I think somebody in our 7 to 11 is going to end up with around a foot. I would probably be farther south. And then southern Carroll County, southern T County, 11 to 15 inches of snow.
And Sam, for anybody that's trying to travel, let's say you had to travel from Cincinnati, Columbus, maybe even Pittsburgh Saturday into Sunday, it's just not a good idea. I mean, they're getting even more snow, and that's why Cincinnati is going to be paralyzed by this. Because if Cincinnati, who doesn't get near as much snow as we do, if they get a foot of snow, they're in real trouble.
Yeah, I mean, they just don't handle it as well as we do, and in places across the South, they don't get as much snow as we do. So, it's my first thought when we started our forecast at 6 inches. I was like, all right, whatever, like life goes on. I'll probably just go to hot yoga in the morning. It probably won't be canceled for 6 inches of snow. But the farther south you go, things shut down and it's just not safe. They don't have quite as many plows. They don't have the resources to handle a big snow like we do. So if you're doing any travel first part of the day on Saturday, this is our travel tracker. I mean, you're really fine across the state of Pennsylvania, across most of Ohio, although in the afternoon, getting down to like Dayton, you're going to start to run into some snow at that point. The gray mass on this map is all snow. Okay, so down into Kentucky. Remember, this is coming from the southwest. So if you're coming up into Cleveland from Pittsburgh or you're going to Pittsburgh in the morning, you're not going to run into any snow. It's just going to be crazy cold outside. But as the day goes on, that snow is going to spread north. This is 5 o'clock in the morning on Sunday. So down south in places like Southern Virginia, North Carolina, upstate of South Carolina, even into Tennessee, they could be dealing with crippling amounts of ice. Up here, it's just going to be snowing like crazy all day. Even down into DC, they're going to be dealing with snow. This is going to be a big problem too, Dan, for places like Asheville, where they're still recovering from, remember, big Hurricane Helene. So
Right.
this could really, shut things down for quite some time. If you look at this map for Sunday at 6 p.m., I'm from that bright red area. And when we lose power down there up in the mountains, I mean, you're out of power for potentially over a week. So for them, it's going to be a lot of ice and some snow. For us up here, we don't have to worry about any ice, just cold and snow.
I mean, at one point, the entire state of North Carolina was pretty much red with ice. That's crazy. Walk us through that
Yeah.
7 days, Sam.
It's not good. I mean, ice anywhere, even up here, you can't drive on ice. You can drive in the snow all day, but I'm just glad that we're not going to be dealing with any ice from the system. It's going to be insanely cold, though. I mean, 10 tomorrow, 17 on Sunday. 16 on Monday. And look, I've got more negatives on Tuesday morning. We stay cold, another dose of Arctic air coming in next week. So unfortunately, we are going to be below 20 degrees for like the next week. It's probably not until late next weekend that we even get back up to 20. That Monday would be February 2nd. And I'm not really seeing anything above freezing until maybe like the 5th or 6th of February. So be sure you have lots of ice melt. I bought 2 huge bags of ice melt at the store yesterday, and this guy looked at me like I was crazy and said, well, you're really stocking up. And I'm thinking in my head, well, I mean, it's not going to melt. Like, we're so far below freezing. So you better stock up too.
Yeah. All righty, 19 First Alert meteorologist. Sam, remind people what you say about watching the next forecast.
Oh, yeah. So that's a really good point. The most accurate forecast is the most recent forecast. So I'm putting out this big snowfall map with my 7 to 11 inch totals. But Andy may come in later and see some new data because we get new data throughout the day. And he may say, well, you know, I want to make an adjustment. I want to bring that 8 to 14 or whatever my far southern contour was. I want to bring that up a little bit farther north, and then, you know, John will be here in the morning. He may make adjustments to the snowfall forecast. So if you see this getting tweaked a little bit over the next couple of days, just bear with us. Again, we do get new data, storm tracks change, and sometimes we need to make adjustments. I'll also add that this is going to be a super light, like the kind of snow that you can just kind of just dust away. It's going to be so light and fluffy. So this may, you know, look like a little bit more snow because it is that really like floofy kind of snow.
Excellent. 19 First Alert meteorologist Sam Roberts. We'll see you at 3 o'clock.
All right, see you then.
All right, take care. We do have 3.5 hours of First Alert weather and news starting at 3 o'clock on Channel 19. You can also watch that on the 19 Plus app, the 19 News Plus app. You can always catch our newscasts on there. Until then, I'm Dan DeRose with 19 News. Hope you have a good afternoon.